You wake up. For half a second, you are still there. Inside the dream, you can feel the room, the person, the strange, impossible logic of it all. Then you blink. It's gone. You reach for it the way you'd reach for a name on the tip of your tongue, and your hand closes on nothing. Why does your brain do this? Why does it hand you an entire world at every single night and then take it away before you've even sat up? The answer isn't that your memory is broken. It's stranger than that. Your brain isn't failing to save the dream. It's actively, deliberately refusing to. Start with what's happening while you sleep. Your brain cycles through stages every 90 minutes or so. Deep sleep, light sleep, then REM, rapid eye movement, the stage where most vivid dreaming happens. During REM, your brain is almost as active as when you're awake. Scans show your visual cortex lighting up, your emotional centers surge, your motor cortex fires signals to move, run, speak, signals your brainstem blocks before they ever reach your muscles. You are, in a very real sense, living an entire experience. Your brain just isn't writing it down. Here's the part that surprises people. The hippocampus, the part of your brain that stamps a memory as "keep this," behaves differently during REM sleep than it does when you're awake. Sleep researcher Robert Stickgold at Harvard has spent decades studying what the sleeping brain does with memory, and his work shows something counterintuitive. Sleep is when your brain sorts, strengthens, and files away the memories from your waking day. But dreams themselves are a byproduct of that sorting process, not the point of it. You're not supposed to remember the dream. You're supposed to keep what the dream was built from. There's a chemical reason too. A hormone called noradrenaline, think of it as your brain's "this matters, save it" signal, drops to its lowest level of the entire day during REM sleep. German sleep researcher Michael Schredel, who has run some of the largest dream recall studies in the world, has shown that the less noradrenaline present during a stage of sleep, the less likely anything from that stage gets remembered. Your brain isn't just distracted, it has chemically turned off the save button. So why do you remember some dreams and not others? This is where it gets stranger still. Italian neuroscientist Francesca Ciclari identified something she calls the brain's posterior hot zone, a region toward the back of the skull that stays active during dreaming and seems to determine in real time whether a dream will be remembered at all. If you wake up during or right after a REM sleep, while that zone is still buzzing, you catch the dream. Wait even a few minutes and it's gone. Not faded, gone. The way a sandcastle isn't faded by the tide, it's simply erased. Here's the twist. This isn't a flaw in the system. It's the system working exactly as intended. Neuroscientist J. Allen Hobson spent much of his career studying REM sleep and proposed that dreaming is your brain running a kind of nightly maintenance test, firing random signals through your emotional and visual circuits just to keep them calibrated, the way a car engine idles to stay warm. If your brain kept every one of these test runs as a real memory, you'd wake up each morning with your actual life tangled up in 100 fictional ones. Imagine trying to remember whether you actually had a conversation with your boss or whether you dreamed it. Your sense of what's real would slowly come apart. Forgetting your dreams, then, isn't your brain losing something. It's your brain protecting the one thing memory is for in the first place, an accurate map of what actually happened to you. Think about what that means. Every night, your mind builds entire worlds, populates them with people who don't exist, gives you emotions that feel completely real in you, and then, on purpose, deletes almost all of it before morning. Not because it's careless, because it's careful. The forgetting is the feature. You do this in your waking life more than you'd think. Your brain is constantly deciding moment to moment what deserves to be kept and what needs to be let go. Most of what you see today, the traffic, the small talk, the 100 faces you pass on the street, will be gone from your memory by tomorrow, and that's not a failure either. It's the exact same filtering system, just running in daylight instead of in REM sleep. Your mind was never built to remember everything. It was built to remember what matters and quietly discard the rest, which raises a question worth sitting with. If your brain edits out almost everything, even entire nightly worlds built from your own imagination, then what does it mean that anything survives at all? The memories you do keep, the ones that made it through that filter, aren't random. They're the ones your brain, for reasons you may never fully know, decided were worth the noradrenaline, worth the hippocampus, worth the save signal. So the next time you wake up chasing the last fragments of a dream, feeling it dissolve between your fingers like smoke, don't think of it as losing something. Think of it as watching your brain do exactly what it was built to do. Building a world just to prove it can, then letting it go. Because somewhere in that same machinery, it's already decided what's actually worth remembering about you. You reach for the dream one more time. It's already gone, but you are still here. And that, it turns out, was the part your brain meant to keep.